Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. Today I want to get into a dope pair of kicks that I found on nclothing.com. This is a silhouette that was one of my favorites whenever I was a kid. It's from that period, late 80s, early 90s, and these definitely take me back. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these Air Flight 89s in the SuperSonics colorway. Alright, so this is a shoe that has dropped multiple times over the years. I don't know if this was like one of the original colorways. I don't think it was. I did have several pairs of these Air Flights whenever I was a kid. I don't think they referred to them as Air Flight 89 back then. I think they just call them that now because that is the year that they came out. But while my friends might have had Jordans or that sort of thing, the Air Flight was a great alternative. It was way more affordable, but it still had that air bubble, and I'm going to show you some similarities between that and one of my favorite Jordan silhouettes. The tag reads Air Flight 89. The colors are white, Del Sol, fur, and black. I've seen these referred to as the SuperSonics colorway, and you'll understand why here in a minute. You can also see these did come from nclothing.com, which is a EU retailer, and the reason why I got these was because they were offering free worldwide shipping. These only cost $100 plus tax, and I'll take that all day. I haven't seen these on any US retailer sites, but I'd imagine they'll be around. A lot of times End has stuff right before the US gets it, and whenever they waive that shipping fee, I really love buying from there. But here they are, the Air Flight 89 in the SuperSonics colorway. I love the way Del Sol really pops, and I really love this silhouette. I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it here, but they're very, very similar to a Jordan 4. Both the midsole, the air unit, the outsole. I'll actually do some side-by-sides here in a second just to show you. But these always kind of reminded me of a mashup between a Jordan 4 and like an Air Trainer or something. So if you're familiar with the Air Trainer series, some of them had these real small swooshes, and just the shape of them, like the pair of trainers that I have on now, they have a Velcro strap that goes along the bottom, and although this doesn't have a strap on the bottom, this one overlay that has that nice gold piping going along the edges, or that Del Sol piping, that kind of gives me the vibes like the Air Trainers had. So I mean, they're really close to Jordan 4s in a lot of different ways, but the style definitely takes you back to that Air Trainer Jordan 4 era, which would have been the same time as these came out, which is 1989, and I just love the style of them. I was expecting the leather on this upper to be kind of similar to what we get for like Jordan mids or like GR dunks or something like that, but I was very pleasantly surprised. This leather is actually really, really decent. I don't know if you can see the ripples on there or not, but this leather really reminds me of the white leather on my Fire Red 4s. I think this colorway is perfect for the weather getting nicer, and I'm really glad that they put decent materials on these. I just think this is a dope pair of kicks, and it really does take me back to when I was a kid playing church league, because like I said, flights were more affordable, but they still let you have that visible air unit, and really the silhouette is very close to that of a 4. And just so you can see what I'm referring to, here is the SB4, and you can see this midsole is the exact same shape as the midsole that we have here. Even the upper is very similar in shape. Then when you look at the outsole, this is the Air Flight 89, this is the SB4, and you can tell they're pretty much exact. So this was definitely a great affordable option back in the day to a Jordan 4. I still think it's a really good affordable option to a Jordan 4, and you don't see a lot of people wearing these. A lot of people might not even realize what these are, but I really like these back in the day, and I like having these along with 4s in my collection now. But getting to this outsole, you can see that we've got hits of Del Sol both at the heel and then up here at the front. It's got that same herringbone traction going all different ways that 4s have. And the majority of the outsole is white, but then it's also got that Del Sol hit there for the Nike branding at the midfoot. But very classic tread pattern. It works really well, gives you good grip. The exact same tread pattern as a 4. Then as we come up to the midsole, we can see again, this is just like a 4 midsole. This has a nice green rubber accent here on it towards the front that wraps around the front of the shoe. But then we have painted foam that is black, and then we also have some white foam surrounding that air unit. And within that air bubble, I don't know if you can see that or not, but that is a yellow color in there, the Del Sol color. And I always like a little hit of color in there. But the paint looks pretty neat. I mean, you wouldn't know by looking at both shoes, this one is going to be $100 less than what a Jordan 4 is going to be. Really, the quality to these is very similar to my Fire Red 4s from a couple years ago. But then coming to the upper, like I said before, this leather is really decent. Even these smooth parts, like we have for the mudguard area, you get nice little ripples on there, and it's pretty soft even though it's really smooth. But then at the base, you have this really nice texture. It's not like a fake tumble, it's like a natural texture, but I really like that material. It's very soft, nice and thick, but I just think it's a really quality material for that $120 price point. Along with that nice leather, you have these overlays that kind of have that like crocodile skin texture. And I think that's a really neat effect, but you have it down here, and that's got some like Del Sol piping going along the edges to add a nice accent to it. And then we also have that crocodile skin finished leather up here near the collar, just underneath that little Del Sol swoosh. And now that does feel synthetic. That doesn't feel soft like the base leather does, but I think it looks pretty neat. I like that it adds another texture to the shoe. Then on the back, you have some smooth leather, and it's got some black Nike Air branding embroidered on there. And up around the collar, you almost have like a white canvas material peeking through there. I really like the hits of black that we got for these eye stay accents. That's like a hard plastic, but you have that down here at the bottom of the eye stays, and then also up here at the top. And it's got a bunch of different holes, so you can kind of adjust how you lace them. Then the tongue is that dark green color. I guess that's what they call the fur. At the base of it, it feels like a synthetic leather in that green color. And then at the top, it's at synthetic leather in that green color, but it's got some Flight branding there in that cursive font, and it's in the Del Sol color, and it says Air in black just above that. The middle of the tongue is kind of just like a breathable mesh material. They only came with white flat laces. I think they look good. I wouldn't swap them out for anything, so I don't mind that that's all that we got. But then our sock liner is black, which I like because that'll be forgiving and it won't show stains from your jeans and that kind of thing. The back of the tongue is also black, and that really reminds me of 4s as well. But instead of saying Jordan on the back, it says Air Flight, and that's upside down, so you could technically fold it forward like you can with 4s. Our insole is white, and it's got some Nike Air branding down on there. And that was a pretty quick run through. Let me know what you all think about these. I really think they're dope. I might go ahead and throw them on feet just to let you all see how they look on foot and go over some sizing with y'all. Let me know if you think these are a good substitution for a Jordan 4. All right, so I got them on feet. I love the style of them. I will say they fit a little bit more snug than 4s. I prefer to go a half size up in 4s even. So I would have preferred to go a half size up in these, but they didn't have a 10.5 where I ordered these from. They only had a size 10, so that's what I went with. I can get by with a size 10, but they are snug. They're definitely snug on my wide feet. So if you want a snug fit, go true to size. If you have wide feet, I would suggest going a half size up. But all that being said, I love the style of them. They definitely feel nice. They have that style that takes me back to whenever I was a kid, and that's what I'm all about. Really digging these colors too. With the summertime coming, perfect. And they really do remind me of late 80s, early 90s. They do have a very strong similarity to a Jordan 4, and you don't see many people wearing them. Really like the shape of these. They feel good on feet. Alright, well hopefully you were able to get a good look at these. I really love the style of them. They are a little bit snug, but nothing that will make me not wear them or anything. If you do have a wide foot, I do recommend going up a half size. But aside from that, I'm really happy with the materials, and I think they were put together well. They don't look sloppy or anything. They definitely remind me of the Jordan 4, which I love, and they definitely have those late 80s, early 90s vibes that I'm a huge fan of. But let me know what you think about these Air Flight 89s, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.